Greg Rusedski reveals why he is so impressed with Alex Eala. Alexandra Eala's run at the Cincinnati Open ended in the third round after Amanda Anisimova recovered from a set down to beat the Filipina 4-6, 6-4, 6-2. Eala made another strong start against a top opponent and took the opening set, but Anisimova slowly changed the match before winning the final 6 games of the deciding set. It was Eala's first meeting with the American and ended another productive tournament during her North American hardcourt swing. The 21-year-old still heads toward the US Open after the best period of her career. She reached the 4th round of Wimbledon last month, becoming the first Filipino to reach that stage of a Grand Slam. Her biggest win at the All England club came against defending champion Iga Swiatek, whom she defeated 7-6, 9, 6-2. Eala then produced another breakthrough in Washington. She defeated Zheng Qinwen, Leylah Fernandez, Alina Svitolina, Naomi Osaka and Jessica Pegula on her way to her first WTA Tour title. The run also took her into the world's top 20 for the first time. She continued winning in Toronto, reaching the 4th round before losing to Belinda Bencic, and then added 2 more wins in Cincinnati before Anisimova stopped her. Rusedski impressed by Eala's approach. Former world number 4 Greg Rusedski believes one of the biggest positives around Eala is the way she approaches both victories and defeats. Speaking on his off-court podcast, the Brit praised her attitude and pointed to the difficult draw she came through to win the Washington title. She has no excuses. She performs. If she wins, she wins. If she loses, she loses. No excuse, I'm giving 110%. The attitude is there. She was up a set easily, 3-0, got a default, against Ruse. Now she's stepping up against Anisimova, and everybody said, oh, the draw's gonna be so tough. She won Washington in one of the most difficult draws to win that event. So, I'm just so impressed with Eala. Can't wait to see her play Anisimova. That is blockbuster. I'm setting my alarm to see that one. Can't wait for it to kick off. Although Eala ultimately lost to Anisimova, Rusedski was also delighted by another part of her development. He believes the Filipina and her team have handled her schedule well ahead of the final Grand Slam of the year. I look at it like this: she's got Rafael Nadal as a mentor, she's been at the Nadal Academy. She has been a junior world number 1, and she's got her coach, who does an excellent job. So, this is the ideal lead-up. Washington, Toronto, lost in her 3rd match, now she's playing Cincinnati. There's a week off next week, so she's scheduling perfectly. If she's playing the week before the US Open, then there's a problem. The nice thing with her coach, they can always go to Rafa, like Iga Swiatek did with Francisco Roig, and get that balance. And he, Nadal, understands that, because he's had that in his younger career where he overplayed a little bit with Uncle Tony, then he balanced it out depending with his age when he went to Carlos Moya. Eala now has time to recover after Cincinnati before turning her full attention to New York. Rusedski believes having an experienced team around her should help the world number 20 avoid some of the scheduling mistakes other young players have made. So, I think she's going to be smart, she's looking at long term. I just think she's a ray of light for the WTA. And I don't think she's going to make the mistakes players have in the past. Eala wants more after first WTA title. Winning Washington was a historic moment for Eala and Philippine tennis. She became the first player from the Philippines to win a WTA Tour-level singles title after coming from behind to defeat world number 3 Pegula 4-6, 6-4, 6-0. But the 21-year-old made it clear afterward that she did not see the achievement as the end of something. When asked whether finally winning a WTA title felt like a relief, Eala instead described it as motivation for what could come next. Wow, I achieved that. Okay, let's go for more, Eala told the WTA. That attitude will now be tested at the US Open, where expectations around the Filipina will be much higher than they were a year ago. She arrives as a top 20 player, a WTA champion and someone who has already beaten several of the biggest names on the tour this season. Eala will also have plenty of support in New York. Filipino fans have increasingly followed her around the world, and their presence was particularly noticeable during the North American swing. Even Pegula experienced it during their Washington final, where Eala received loud support despite facing an American on home soil. Afterward, Pegula praised the fans who follow Eala everywhere she plays. The same happened in Toronto. The WTA reported hundreds of Filipino supporters around the grounds before Eala's matches, with Philippine flags visible throughout the stadium. Pagula also revealed that thousands of Filipino fans began following the Players Box podcast after her Washington final against Eala.